Collective was started in 2019. Zoe and I had just returned from Europe. We came back, saw a bit of a gap in the local scene here in Adelaide. And we just wanted to do something a bit more interdisciplinary. We wanted to open up dance to not just the small bubble that is dancers, but visual artists, sculptors, musicians, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I guess from there now it's kind of turned into, for us, what's really important and kind of our priority is also giving opportunities to Adelaide trained graduates and kind of providing a bit of a bridging gap between being an established creative and from leaving university. So it's kind of just building up the scene. The Leftovers. The Leftovers is kind of about who we are as people in the vaguest form possible. It's kind of a look at all the lives that we have lived, the journeys that we be on, the relationships in our life and how they build us, and kind of, this essence of what makes us us in an ever-changing environment.
So being an associate artist to Motus Collective has been amazing already, just being in the studio and having that studio to ourselves, have the time to play and to really get into it has really been something that we haven't experienced on such a long time scale before. And having like a dance appropriate space has been just incredible.
And I think having the support from Dance Hub as well has been really nice. You're not alone in it, they're working on the publicity, they're working on the mentorship of it. So you've kind of got this whole community surrounded by you as well to create a work. So your fringe is daunting enough, let alone trying to navigate it on your own. In this creative development, we've kind of made a whole work in 3 weeks. It's one of those things that I guess if Dance Hub hadn't approached us and we didn't have the opportunity to access this space, we wouldn't have a work. We were, short on funding, we were short on resources, and it all just kind of lined up. So we thought, let's utilize this opportunity and make a whole work. So we've done a whole work in 3 weeks, which is big. It's been a really interesting process directing and not being in a work, and this is the first time I've ever done it. We've had a lot of, conversations about how as a performer, your identity is often wrapped up in your physical body presenting something and how that can be really hard to remove from that. But I've loved having something that's my own and seeing my own language developed in other bodies and kind of being able to have ownership over something and see that represented, and having an outside eye has also been really handy for us to be able to modify and change work as well.
We have Nicholas Hainish is our sculptor, so our main collaborator making these. These are just cardboard mock-ups, but they're going to be full-sized plaster sculptures. We've got our beautiful dancers, Chelsea Turner, Tyson Olsen, myself, and Alex Keepers is doing the music as well and dancing. So it's so great to have a composer on board who's actually also involved in the physicality of it, because it just has made the whole musical score so smooth. Yeah.
Collaboration to Motus is everything. It's the reason that we started, and it's kind of what always our biggest inspiration has been, is working with new people, and especially working with people like Nick on the sculptures. It's this whole new approach to movement, which I think is really beautiful, and this new respect, which we often find with visual arts. And I think we approach it then differently and same with the dancers. It's all about collaboration. It's their work too, it's their language, it's their body in it. That process is really beautiful.
So yeah, I'm performing in this work, which has been wonderful not to worry about the work, to be honest. Not to have my head in, not to have my head in 2 different spaces has been just a relief. We're still both producing together, and so we still do that work. But it's wonderful to just be able to concentrate on the physicality and concentrate on translating that and fulfilling your ideas and seeing how we can bring them to life.
And I think Felicity and I have worked together for so long now that it's also nice having someone who knows exactly what's needed, and that language is often it's there. So it's also it's like having someone read your mind, because you're like, okay, this is what she'll want, I'll do that for her, and it just works.
So if you come to see The Leftovers, you can expect to see the unexpected, I guess.
I think as well, expect to be pleasantly uncomfortable and maybe a little bit challenged.
But also, it's very heartfelt, I think. So
Yeah.
touching as well.
Very moving.
Yeah. Dance Hub Essay is important because it gives independents a space to create and make their own thing, take ownership and have empowerment over their own practice, which I think is so important in an arts landscape that's continually having less and less funding.
I'd say Dance Hub is a constant in an ever-changing industry. So it's really lovely to have that place and that community that is always there. Even, you know, in current situations where things are always going on and always changing up and you never quite know where you are, there's always something at Dance Hub that's like that continued support, which is really nice.